What's open yet?
That's outside.
Make sure you two stay together here, please.
I want to see that. Oh, that's
I've seen these.
I have cats. Look at that one. Not even moved. Look at the eel. Look at the eel. Whoa! Look at this. Look at the eel. Can't fly. Can't fly.
There's one. They're out. A friend in my camp was one of the people who called the people to come and save it, but they didn't come in time. Whoa, look at that. This is like CGI or something.
See, share, own at Simbo6.com. That's Simbo6.com.
You'll see how perfectly adapted sea lions are for their environment. Some of the cool things that they're doing, training with the United States Navy, and also how to tell the difference between sea lions and seals. But we have one more sea lion who's going to be joining us. If you keep your eyes all the way to your left, you're going to see our newest and smallest sea lion making his way from backstage, headed out here to join the big boys. And now that we have all three of our wonderful sea lions here on the stage, let's meet them. The first sea lion I'll introduce you to is our smallest sea lion. His name is Boomerang. Boomerang is only 2.5 years old. Right now he weighs about 130 pounds. Now for his introduction, we're going to have him show you a new behavior that he's learned that highlights just how much energy he has. This is Boomerang. Good. We'll move right on down the line and we'll introduce you to our biggest sea lion next. Right in the center of the stage, there's no way you can miss him. His name is Coco. Coco is also our oldest sea lion. He's 22 years old. And right now, Coco weighs in at about 900 pounds. For Coco's introduction, just keep your eyes on the floating island in the center of the pool. He's going to head out there and share the sound that earned these animals their name of sea lion. Here comes Coco. Good. So that great big lion-like roar from Coco shares with you just how sea lions earn their name. Last but certainly not least, we do have our teenager who is all the way to your right. His name is Surfer. Surfer here is 17 years old. He's full of energy and he's usually the noisiest of our sea lions. For Surfer's introduction, you guys are in for a treat. We're going to send him right out that front gate. It's my good friend Carrie. So remember to stay in your seats, but if you have a camera, feel free to get it ready, because Surfer is headed your way.
You get it?
Battery just ran out.
So that was a great look at our teenager. Well, I hope you enjoyed meeting all of our California sea lions. Now we're going to talk about the most common question that people ask us up here in the Marine Theater. And that question is, how do you tell the difference between a sea lion and a seal? A lot of people get them confused, but they're actually very different. So right now, we're going to give you guys some pointers so that you can tell them apart a little bit easier. So the first thing we need to do is take a look at a picture of a seal up there on the big screens. Now, if you look closely at the seal's front flipper, you'll notice that it's very small. Compare that flipper to our sea lions here swimming as well as moving on land. Now when a sea lion swims, it only uses its front flippers. And what it will do is move them up and down to pull itself through the water. Boomerang is learning a brand new behavior to show you just how fast a sea lion can swim right here in the Marine Theater. So you're going to see Carrie heading out to the center over there, and she's using a tool. It's called a target pole. And what that does is it gives Boomerang something to focus on. So we're going to have him head into the water, and what he should do is swim across the pool, keeping his head above the water all the way to Carrie with that target pole. Let's see how he does. Good, he did a great job with that. Now sea lions can reach a top swimming speed of 25 miles per hour just by using those very powerful front flippers. Now when a seal swims through the water, it looks very different, and that's because they use their back flippers, moving them from side to side to push themselves through the water. Sea lions and seals also move differently on land. And if you take a look at our sea lions during the show, you'll see that they're sitting upright, supporting their body weight with those front flippers. But what I bet you didn't know is that they can also rotate their hind flippers underneath them. And then they can stand up on all four flippers, even when they weigh over 900 pounds. Good. Now that ability to use all of their flippers is very important for California sea lions because of the rocky environment that they live in. Off the coast of California, Oregon, Washington, even the Galapagos Islands. Since these areas are so rocky, sea lions need to be excellent climbers. Watch how well Boomerang can climb right here in the Marine Theater with all four of his flippers. Now there's another way that sea lions are often thought about moving around on land. So for this, we're going to be sending Coco your way one more time. Now Coco's going to be arriving all the way to your right this time, and then he's going to make his way in front of everyone. So once again, it's very important that everyone stays in their seats. But we do have our 2-year-old playing with his food right now. So we're going to try to move him all the way over here to the left. This is a very tempting behavior for Boomerang because he likes to chase Coco through the water. And as you can see, it's not going so well so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Surfer head out there to the island first, and he's going to show you a behavior that he's working on to show you just how much mobility sea lions have in their front flippers. Good. Hop. Good. So now that we have Boomerang back over here on his feeding station, let's see if we can send Coco out that gate all the way to your right. Remember to stay in your seats, but get those cameras ready. Let's see how Coco uses those flippers to move on land.
How cool is that? That was awesome. Like a big slug.
So that was a great look at how our biggest sea lion uses those flippers to move on land. As you can see, he finds it's pretty easy to move over 900 pounds with just pushing off with those front flippers and sliding along on its belly. Now, no matter which way a sea lion moves on land, it's always going to be different than a seal. And that's because when a seal moves on land, they don't use their flippers, because remember, they're so small. They just flop around on their bellies and look a lot like a caterpillar. Now, Coco here does a great impression of how a seal moves on land. You guys want to see Coco's seal impression?
Yeah.
All right, here he goes. Inch. Good. So those are some of the ways you can tell whether you're looking at a sea lion or a seal. The way they swim and the way that they move on land. If you guys want to see if you can tell them apart, after our show, you don't have to go far. You can head outside and visit our Pribilof Island exhibit. In the first pool out there, we have one seal. His name is Rocky. And Rocky is surrounded by lots of sea lions. See if you guys can pick him out. I'm sure now you'll all be able to. But there are a few other adaptations that sea lions have to help them survive out in their environments. A sea lion is an excellent hunter. They can easily catch their fish from any angle around their body. And this is because they have a really cool body part. It's a long and flexible neck. A just watch Surfer.